welcome back to the channel, and it's officially the month of October, so we thought that we would start off the month with some scary stories and get into the Halloween spirit. So, my first story is about a woman who, the story's called Phantom Nanny, so I'm going to read it off, and yeah. So, it says, when my daughter was 6 months old, I started noticing some unusual behavior.
Really?
She would laugh and babble like someone was playing with her when no one was there.
Uh-huh.
She would start crying, and before I could even get to her, she would calm down and coo. I honestly didn't think much of it until I was up late one night and caught a glimpse of a woman's reflection in a window. She was standing in the door between my office and my room. That door was originally the front door of the house. I could see her clearly, a tall woman with dark hair wearing an old dressing gown. When I turned to look directly at her, she was gone. It was unsettling, but I never felt a negative presence in our house. The house was old, and we were the first owners who hadn't been descendants of the family that built it. I ignored her for the most part, though her interactions with my daughter became more frequent. The creepiest part was when my daughter woke crying in the middle of the night when she was almost a year old. My husband and I both got up to check on her, and I heard something odd over the baby monitor and grabbed my arms, and he grabbed my arm and put his finger over his lips. We stopped dead in our tracks and listened. There was the unmistakable sound of a woman singing a lullaby. Sure enough, my daughter quieted and said, "Night, night." My husband ran into the room to make sure everything was all right, and everything was fine. Luckily, we cleansed the house the next day. So,
That's it?
yeah, it's not that scary, but I mean, if you saw a ghost,
Yeah, I'd probably be like,
yeah.
crap my pants kind of thing.
And the thing is, like, our mother told us that whenever I was a baby, I would giggle and stuff at almost nothing, and we thought that it was my, like, great-grandparents coming to visit me or something, you know, that have passed away.
Our ancestors,
Yeah,
you could say.
Who were trying to come and look at the new baby, so
No, I just
it's not
need
really,
the baby.
not really that scary, kind of like comforting in a way, but still,
It
it's
would
a
be
ghost.
freaky if you, I think it would be freaky if you like saw something and then it was like hovering over your child.
Yeah.
I think I'd be like, okay, that's not normal.
But it's a free babysitter, I mean, come on.
A ghost baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your story?
My story? Well, I'm just gonna read it to y'all like what JD did, because I mean, why not? The song named Gloomy Sunday has been known to cause suicides. The guy who wrote this song, I'm not gonna pronounce his name, committed suicide in 1968. He survived jumping off a window, but later in the hospital choked himself to death with a wire. This song has caused many people jumping off bridges, gunshots to the head, and many more. In 1997, singer Billy McKenzie, who recorded the song, also committed suicide. In fact, he said if the song was played without the lyrics or instrumental only, people would fall asleep and experience severe nightmares. The BBC banned this song from being broadcast. Gloomy Sunday is also known as the Hungarian suicide song. I mean, I would say, like, I don't know how I'm going to say this, but, like, I could see other songs being, like, a suicide song. Like that one, the Walking in the Daisies by that one guy.
Why?
Because, like, it just has this weird sound to it. You
Yeah,
just
but
get the
then
chill.
again, a song can be linked to, like, demonic stuff, so that's kind of, like, spooky in a way that you don't know what's going to happen if you listen to this. Obviously, you do know what's going to happen. You're going to get, like, mental illness.
But you don't know
crazy.
beforehand.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, it's a normal song.
Yeah.
I'm just going to listen to it. And then, boom, you have these thoughts.
Yeah.
It's just scary. I'd be like, I don't know what I would do, because I've never really, like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. Ugh, gives me the chills.
Okay, so my second story is a personal story, and it's from my friend Whitney.
Hey.
So, she was home alone with her sister Bailey, and they're both in their room, and all of a sudden they hear a knock on their bedroom door. A knock. Okay, a knock. So, Bailey was like, oh, go open the door, like, see who it is, and Whitney, of course, said no, because she didn't want to die. But it's very spooky, you know, like, no one was supposed to be home.
And they were home alone?
Home alone. No one was home. Knock on the door. Scary. Ghost.
Death.
Yes. So,
Does she still live in that same house? Is
I'm
that the
pretty
same-
sure it's the same house. Yeah, it only happened like a year ago.
Holy
She told
crap.
me about it.
I'd be like, dude, I need to call Whitney right now. I'd be like, Whitney, get out of there,
I'd
man.
be like, call a priest.
Call Ed and Lorraine. Wait, Lauren. But Ed is dead.
Okay. So, your second story.
My second story. Can't remember. Okay, I have two more stories, so I'm like confused which one I want to say. I'm gonna say the personal one that happened to me. Well, I guess it happened to me. This is all from like my family members who say it happened, which I do believe them. I do. And okay, so like when I was a baby, I would like go running to my parents saying that there was a little boy biting me, right?
Yeah, and he would chase her.
Yeah, he would chase me, and like
And like,
it scared me.
one night, my dad was in her room because she was scared, and she starts pointing at the corner, and she
Yeah.
starts crying like something is coming towards her, and she starts like clinging onto my dad, and my dad can't see anything because I mean it's a ghost, and he said that was terrifying for him because he couldn't see.
He couldn't like protect me.
Yeah,
Over what I was seeing.
yeah. Naughty's not crazy, but you know, children, they tend to see more ghosts than
Yeah.
adults. So, for a while, this baby haunted her until I think we had a priest come out and cleanse the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I didn't
And-
know that.
Yeah. It was pretty creepy. So,
Do you remember this?
I remember it pretty well. I mean, I was only like 4 or 5, but I remember it pretty well.
Were you scared of it?
I was scared of you being scared. You know, I didn't see anything. I was just scared that you were scared. I was like, I don't know what's going on. So,
See, I don't remember anything about that.
yeah, it's just,
Like I think my mind blocked it out. I was like, nope, blocking that out for you.
okay.
But yeah, your next story.
Okay, so, this one is called A Poltergeist from the Past.
Ooh.
So, when I was 3 or 4 years old, we lived in a house in Wichita, Kansas, that had been an old plantation house that had been split into apartments. My mother told me that one night she heard me screaming, and she came running out of her room to see me running down the hall from the bathroom. I had gone to the bathroom on my own, and she told me that I told her there was a man in the bathroom. She, of course, went running into the bathroom but found no one there. The bathroom window was too small for anyone to fit through, and upon searching out the part of the house, she didn't find a trace of anyone breaking in. So she asked me to describe the man, and I told her he had on a pair of revolvers and was wearing a pinstripe suit, and he had a mustache. I never saw the man again, but I wouldn't go to the bathroom by myself anymore. About a month later, she was cleaning up the kitchen sink when she found that the back wall was a false wall, and she pushed it out of the way. Inside was a small area big enough for a person to fit in, old bottles and an old blanket, and pinned to the wall, the pinstripe suit. She was freaked out, to say the least. When I was 6 years old, my mom brought it up again around my grandparents. My grandfather had all these books about the Old West with pictures in them, so he pulled them out and told me if I saw the person to tell him. As he was flipping through, I did see the person and the picture. I pointed out the one of the person, and it was white, or wearing the exact same suit as the man in the bathroom. Spooky.
That did not help. That tuxedo Tom went and ran to the wood and like started scratching it. I was like, what the heck?
But again, I think that that's more like history, the history of the land. You know, there's going to be ghosts if you're on an old plantation, of course. There's going to be ghosts linked to the land.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would think, yeah, that would be.
Still spooky, though. You?
Okay, well, I just already looked one up, and the picture is very terrifying. Okay, I didn't read this one. I mean, beforehand, so I might get scared right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, a young boy is sleeping in his bed on a usual night. He hears footsteps outside his door. He peeks out of his eyes to see what is happening. His door swings open quietly to reveal a murderer carrying the corpses of his parents. After silently propping them up on a chair, he writes something on the wall in the blood of the dead bodies. He then hides under the child's bed. The child is scared beyond belief. He can't read the writing on the wall, and he knows the man is under his bed. Like any child, he pretends that he slept through the whole thing and hasn't awoken yet. He lays still as the bodies, quietly hearing the breaths from under his bed. An hour passes. God, I can't read today. And his eyes are adjusting more and more to the darkness. He tries to make out the words, but it's a struggle. He gasps when he finally makes out the sentence. I know you're awake. He feels something shift underneath his bed. Crap. You know.
That's
Dude,
terrifying.
that's one of my biggest fears,
Right?
is that, like, I'm gonna, like, wake up and there's gonna be something under my bed.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, that's what
I remember, like, long ago, there was this old, like, Disney movie, and it was, like, what's under the bed, or under the bed, or the
Yes.
monster under the bed, or something like that.
It was something
scared
weird.
me so bad. I am terrified of under the bed to this day. Like, it has to be daylight for me to look under my bed. And, yeah. That's terrifying. That's definitely, I'd be scared.
I'd be scared too. That's one of my biggest fears of all time.
For someone to be under your bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah, so those are our spooky stories.
We-
There's not a lot.
Yeah, but we advise if you're a little kid or something.
We should have, like, put
We
that
probably,
at the beginning of the
we
video.
probably should have put this at the beginning.
So, I mean, it was spooky, and I hope it got everyone in the Halloween spirit. Next week, we're going to do another Halloween video.
Stay
And
tuned for that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, for the whole month of October, there should be Halloween videos almost every Sunday.
Yes.
And, yeah. So, hope you enjoyed the stories. Hope you're not that scared.
If you're not,
I'm a
then
little
go
bit
look
scared.
up some and then like leave them in the comments.
Yeah. So,
We'll read them.
subscribe to our channel, guys. We put out new videos every Sunday.
We try to.
Try to. That's the key word. Try. But, so, subscribe.
Yeah.
Leave a comment if you liked it, or just leave a comment. And leave a like. So, yeah.
And yeah, we'll
Bye.
see y'all later. Bye. The fire's out, dude.
I know. It died halfway through, and I was like,